They kicked me out, then wanted me back when their babysitter quit. 2 months after turning 17, Alyssa, got a part-time job at a coffee shop. I was excited, but when I told my parents, their first reaction wasn't pride. It was panic. "Who's going to watch your siblings now?" they asked. Babysitting 4 kids had always been my unpaid expected duty. I reminded them that they'd always said I'd need to pay for college myself, so getting a job made sense. But they laughed. "You're a girl. Girls take care of family," my dad added. "You don't get to abandon us like this." I offered to contribute part of my paycheck for a sitter, but they didn't want money, they wanted control. That night, they told me to pack and leave. I moved in with my cousin Natalie, and for the first time in years, someone welcomed me with a genuine smile. I cried in her arms. When I told her the full story, her face darkened not with pity, but fury. She called my parents and ripped into them. Then, she found out something worse. They already had a backup babysitter lined up. Kicking me out wasn't desperation, it was a plan. I was never seen as a daughter, just free labor. Fueled by anger and grief, I texted every ugly truth to our family's biggest gossip, Aunt Lila. The next day, my phone exploded. Lila had forwarded the message to the entire extended family. Some defended my parents, but others were outraged. My uncle called their behavior child exploitation. My grandmother cried, saying I raised them better than this. That afternoon, my phone rang. It was my dad. He yelled that I was dead to him. My mom said I'd get no help with college or even my phone bill. I was terrified. Natalie helped me retrieve my essentials from the house. While my parents were gone, photos, clothes, laptop, and Natalie quietly took my birth certificate and social security card. "You'll need these," she said. With $50 to my name, I hesitantly used my parents' emergency credit card to buy work clothes and a prepaid phone. A week later, their babysitter quit. Suddenly, they wanted me back. Not because they missed me, but because they needed a free nanny again. I refused. They threatened to call the police over the $200 charge. My grandparents stepped in. They offered me a place to live, paid off the card, and told my parents I was no longer their built-in babysitter. Living with them, my grades improved. I worked fewer hours and finally focused on my future. Months later, I won a full-ride scholarship to college. My parents, perhaps out of guilt or shame, offered to host my graduation party. At the end, they handed me a key to the house and said, "You'll always have a home here." Maybe people can change, maybe not. But for the first time, I had a choice. I wasn't going back out of obligation, I was building my future on my own terms. And that made all the difference.